If you're familiar with Seiko, then you know the corporation loves to celebrate an anniversary. And 2023 will mark the 110th anniversary of its first wristwatch, which was designed in 1913. So, kicking off these celebrations is a brand new Prospex diver, the SPB333 Save the Ocean Limited Edition. Its largely brushed case design is based on the Seiko 6105-8000 diver's watch from 1968, which many will know as the predecessor to the famed Captain Willard diver that was released a few years later. Now, a core difference between the famed Captain Willard and its predecessor, the 6105-8000, is its smaller case size. The Willard was 44 millimeters. The 6105-8000, however, was 41 millimeters in diameter. And the reason I'm pointing this out is because the new SPB333 is also utilizing that case diameter of 41 millimeters. Rounding out the specifications of the case, the stainless steel case is 12.3 millimeters thick, and with its screw-down crown at the 4 o'clock position, it is 200 meters water resistant. The case and its bracelet, which we'll touch upon in a bit, is also covered with Seiko's super hard coating, making it that much more resistant to scratch and wear and tear over the course of daily wear. While this watch is a Save the Ocean limited edition, its aesthetic is inspired by the Arctic and Antarctic, where Seiko has built a huge reputation for robustness considering all the expeditions they did in this environment. When you look at the dial, you can tell almost immediately that it's inspired by the polar caps in the Arctic. When you look at it, it kind of looks like a blend of Grand Seiko's bamboo and white birch dials. Now, speaking to this sort of icy winter vibe, surrounding this white texture dial is a sort of faint gray insert for the timing scale of the bezel, which is unidirectional and has a nice feel as you click into each position. The applied indices and the central handset found on the dial are all coated in the brand's Lumibright, so in darkness, trust me, the watch is super easy to read. Just a tad to the left of the crown at the 4 o'clock position, you'll find a circular cutout for the date complication at the 4:30 position. Now, we know this position is quite controversial for date placement. That being said, I think Seiko's done it very tastefully, as the window is not really super big, but it's just big enough to make sure that it's legible for the wearer. As I mentioned before, the watch is offered on a stainless steel bracelet to match the case. The bracelet is done in a 5-row format that's kind of Jubilee-esque in feel, and it has a secure clasp with an extender. So in dive watch form, it does have extension to the clasp. You'll also be glad to know that in the spirit of the Save the Ocean limited edition namesake, it's also offered with an additional strap that has a polyester material made entirely of recycled plastic bottles. This strap has a gray and white striping to it that, of course, matches the color of the bezel and dial very, very well. Inside the watch, you have the Seiko in-house caliber 6R35, a 21,600 vibration per hour caliber, or automatic caliber, that has a power reserve of 70 hours, so near weekend proof. This is by no means a cost chronometer caliber, but it is robust and reliable, and considering the price point, you're getting an in-house movement that is definitely battle-tested over the decades. I think it's safe to say that we all know just how popular limited edition Seiko watches are. And while there's 5,000 of these SPB333 models, this is definitely a watch that if you think you want it, I'd jump on it sooner rather than later, because I don't think the inventory will last long. Now, the all-important price, because I know many of you are wondering, the recommended retail price in Europe for this watch is 1,350 euros. So for other currencies, you might have to do the math for now, but I think it's fair to say that this is quite a price-approachable dive watch, especially one that's rooted in such heritage and history, from also one of the few vertically integrated manufacturers in the world. It's really just Seiko and Rolex. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe to the Time+Tide channel for all the latest watch news, reviews, and content. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.